Good morning everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Do Some Explaining of Valheim. And I've kind of mucked up that intro, but I don't really care. Today I am mucking around on a boat. This is kind of more of a, I suppose, an ocean biome type of discussion, maybe, I don't know. The plan today is, anyway, if you're not familiar with boats, this is a boat, this is a carve, this is the second type of boat that you get access to. Before that it's a raft, and after this you can actually get a proper longboat, which is kind of cool, but a little bit resource heavy on the actual build, so I've decided to go for the smaller option, just for the now. So over on the right hand side of the screen you have got a wind meter underneath a thing showing how much sail I'm using. If you press down and up, the sail goes down and up, and you can see that happening. That looks like I'm paddling. That looks like I'm not paddling backwards, doing nothing at all. Full sail. And then you've got the wind behind me. So if I turn, you can see that little thing rotates. The wind stays in the same sort of location, and eventually we'll end up not going very fast. That is essentially how boats work and how piloting boats work. You sit on the bench, you ride the boat. You can get off the bench and wander about, which is fine, but also can lead to you falling in if there are particularly inclement weather conditions and big waves. So generally the best idea is to stay sitting down. And why do you want to be on a boat? Well, you want to be on a boat because sometimes, if you look at the big map, you have to travel a long way from where you started to find things. So just bear that in mind. Boat travel is going to become essential at some point for you. So that's kind of boats. That's Boats 101. Now what I'm going to do in the meantime is what you can actually do at sea. There's two important things to do. Firstly, finding a kraken, which then allows you the ability to mine its shells, which is a good thing to do. Allows you to build a big harpoon. And the second thing, which is the large danger while at sea, is sea serpents. So you need to build the harpoon and find the kraken first, but once you've done that, you can then tackle sea serpents. So my plan is to avoid the ashlands. My plan is to find a kraken, show you how to mine it, and then we'll take it from there. This is kind of what we call plain sailing. There's nothing bad happening at all. Decent wind coming from behind. Flat ocean. Everything's groovy. I'll give you a look about what it looks like when it's all going horribly wrong in a minute. This is more of an example of what I might describe as a slightly more choppy ocean. And you have to kind of angle yourself on the waves a little bit, otherwise your boat will start to take damage. But you'll be okay. Just don't let it take too much damage. Got quite a lot of hit points in a boat, and you'll see ticks of around about 10 points of damage, so nothing to worry about particularly quickly. But probably don't sail when it's a storm at night. Who knew? There you go. Good example. Okay, I have finally found myself a Leviathan, which is awesome because I can now go ashore and mine its barnacles. I just wanted to show you the map. This is how far out to sea I am. I'm in the open ocean. So let's turn off the map. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it's just sort of dawn has kind of just occurred. And it just sort of popped up out of nowhere. It wasn't. I don't know whether it was a render distance thing or whether it was something else. But anyway, here we go. So we're going to go ashore on this thing and we're going to mine its barnacles. And now the thing to bear in mind is that at some point while you're mining its barnacles, it's going to get annoyed and it's going to duck under the water and go away. So really good idea to not completely run yourself out of stamina, for one, and for two, park your boat with the ladder pointing inwards so that it's easier to get on board. Okay, that will do. So, Abyssal Barnacles. And this is great. I mean, I love the fact that this guy's even got a tree on top of him. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? So, you want to mine these, and you want to bear in mind that as you mine them, there is an ever-increasing chance that he will suddenly do a runner. So, maybe worth starting kind of further away from your ship than you are, you know, start furthest away, is what I'm saying. And then move in. 3, 7. Okay, I think he's getting annoyed. That's the first warning. We really need... Oh, we've got 20. 20's the target. Because once you've got 20, you can build yourself a harpoon. So we're going to be in trouble unless we run for it. And I'm just being greedy. But of course, don't run yourself out of stamina because you will drown. Job done. Job done. So we have harvested 35 chitin, which we can now go back to base and turn into a harpoon, which will be really cool because then we can do the next part of the mission, which is to go out and find ourselves a sea serpent, harpoon it, drag it back to shore and kill it. Boy, oh boy, that was a close call. I didn't realise. I thought the target was to get 20 of those things. The target was actually to get 30. Look at this. For the razor, it's 20. So if I want to get a razor, I'm going to have to go back. But for the harpoon, 30 of these. I did not realise that. I thought it was 20. I said before in the last section it was 20. I was wrong. Make sure you get 30. Mine faster. But anyway, here you go. Make your harpoon. Woo, 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 woo. Right, let's go harpoon a serpent. Here I am, armed with a harpoon, cold and slightly damp, about to set out in search of some sea serpent action. Let's see what we can find, guys. Let's see what we can find. Generally speaking, sea serpents spawn in the ocean in the night time, so it's a good idea once you're in your boat to try and head away from the coast a little bit and then just start sort of hunting around with your eyes and waiting until you see that familiar circling pattern of things. Then it's just a question of harpooning them and dragging them back to shore. And almost immediately, this is like one of those best fishing trips ever. Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy. Yeah, fishy, fishy. Okay, that's got his attention. That work? Serpent harpooned, and then you just have to get to shore before he crashes your boat. Now, there is a bit of a problem as well on rope tightness. You don't want to basically get it over tight, because if you do, you will end up snapping the rope. But also, you don't want to go too slowly, because he'll trash your boat. So just drag the serpent with your harpoon to the nearest shore, basically hightail it with the wind if you can. I seem to be dragging him straight back to my harbour, which isn't the best idea. Let's just try and get him over here, because I know there's a sort of a shallow bit that we can use. Yeah, serpent, come on. Come on. Ow. I mean, if it costs you a boat, it costs you a boat. As long as you don't die in the middle of the sea, you'll be okay. Oh, it's quite a lot of damage. Right, let's just Probably get out of the boat at this point. Run it aground. Okay, so I am now dragging a sea serpent backwards. It's trying to fight me, right? It's saying I want to be back in the sea. But you have got to try and drag it away from the sea and then kill it. That pig's going to be slightly annoying. Bugger off. Oh, got the sea serpent trapped on a log. Or maybe that's as far as it's going to go. No, I had it trapped on a log. Right, here we go. I'm ignoring that pig. I want to give myself as much time to kill this thing as I can, so I am dragging it fairly close to my castle. Okay, so here we are. Still got half my stamina left, so that should... I mean, you know, we're basically going to just sort of bop it a lot of times, but I am going to quickly drink some soup. Give myself more stamina build up, because I'm actually now gaining stamina. And that pig, incidentally, is fighting the thing on my behalf, which is kind of funny. Right, let's get the sword out. Gotcha. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you kill a sea serpent. And your reward is a bunch of shiny scales. And new meat. When I got back to base, it turned out I didn't have enough iron to actually complete the shield. So I had to go off and get a load of iron and stuff, and I didn't want to show you any of that because that's for a future video about the swamp. So anyway, I came back with some iron and I made myself a new one of these shields. I just want to quickly discuss these stats here. I mean, for one, it's an extremely pretty shield. So that's one plus point. But the second point is that its block power is 90. Now, that's at level 1. I've got a black metal shield here, which is level 3. And that block power is 100 or 105 or something. And that has been made out of metal which I've acquired on the plains in one of the most dangerous areas of the game, fighting really horrible little things called furlings. And you don't get access to that anywhere near as quickly as you get access to this Serpent Scale Shield. So what I would recommend you do, if you've done the Black Forest, go to sea. Do all this stuff that we've done in this video. Find the Leviathan, mine the back of the Leviathan, make yourself a harpoon, find a serpent, kill the serpent, get yourself some scales, then go and start the swamp section. That's what I would do. That's the order that I would do it in. And the other good thing, let me just show you the other good thing, aside from that. And let me just prove to you that it does look very cool. Go and stand in the light. Hold on. It's very pretty. The other good thing is that you have serpent meat, which gives you access to serpent stew, which is just obscenely good food. So it is a bit time consuming, but once you've got the harpoon you can farm serpents. It's not too hard as long as you keep remembering to fix your boat, and it's well worth it for the food alone. So definitely gets the Scruffy seal of approval. Okay, that's it for this video. The next one we will be covering will be the swamp, so look out for that. If you want to make sure you don't miss it, remember to subscribe to the channel. If you're finding this useful, please hit the like button and leave me a comment. Tell me what you want to see next. I'm happy to be helpful. Cheers now. Bye bye.